Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Shem Shai Ba'ashem Kwadash. Double honors be unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers that are doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. To the hopeful elect that are scattered among the heathen around the four corners of the earth that be like unto the speckled bird. To the aquaf that are listening and learning, I give a sincere shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago. And this is going to be part 2 of a lesson that I did about queens. Part 1, it was called There Was Never a Holy Authorized Queen of Israel, nor will there ever be. And there won't. All right, and we're going to go right back to the book of, we're going to go to the book of Kings. This won't be long. Part 2 is going to be just straight to the point. This is 1 Kings, the 15th chapter. And I'm going to read the point is in verse 13. I'm trying to decide, do I need to read up above that? Because this was during the rule of Jeroboam, and there was a bunch of different kings. Jeroboam was ruling over the northern kingdom, and then there was a succession of kings, wicked kings that ruled over the kingdom of Judah until King Asa was born. So it started at verse 8, and it says, And Abijam slept with his fathers, and they buried him in the city of David, and Asa his son reigned in his stead. And in the 20th year of Jeroboam, the king of Israel, reigned Asa over Judah. All right, so this is 20 years have gone by since Jeroboam started ruling over the northern kingdom. All right, 41 years reigned he in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Maacah, the daughter of Absalom. All right, and Asa did that which was right in the eyes of Yahweh, as did David his father. And he took away the Sodomites out of the land. So that goes to show you the Sodomites there was wicked Sodomites. That's been an issue among Israel that's still plaguing us today. But they were taken out of the land. Matter of fact, I want to highlight that point so I can remember to bring it out later. Darn it. The pen didn't want to come out. There we go. Let's see if this one right. Slovakia. Go back to the one I had. Because that's a very important point. So he did righteously by removing the Sodomites. Okay, it pleased the Most High. Okay, and then it says here, verse 12 again, it says, And he took away the Sodomites out of the land and removed all the idols that his fathers made. So these wicked Israelites before him. Right? Point right here in verse 13. Okay? Which is this woman who has set herself up to be queen. Right? And also, Maacah, his mother, even her he removed from being queen, because she made an idol in a grove, and Asa destroyed her idol and burnt it by the brook. All right? So, because that was wickedness, man. And that was out of order. All right? Because why? Because the Lord had already laid down his laws. And the laws, and Paul breaks down those laws, Titus breaks down those laws, and they tell you the woman's never supposed to be in a position to usurp authority over the man. That's out of order. Remember when it said that the Lord created a new thing in the earth where a woman will compass a man. We're about to get that scripture. That's a very important scripture. That's going to be the last one and the closing one. First, I'm going to go to the book of Isaiah 3 and 12. And it reads, As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the ways of thy path. So this clearly was a case of that described in the book of Kings, which we just read. All right? Because today that still stands. Children are oppressors. All right? You can consider that being Esau, he being younger than us, but the actual wicked monsters that are coming forth from between our women's legs. You know, the scripture says in the last days that menstrual women will bring forth monsters. And a lot of these youth, they are complete and total monsters, man. All right? And women rule over them. Women police officers, judges, magistrates. As you're looking at a bunch of queens on the screen. Right? And we've already broken that word down. Queen means whore. Point blank period. It means a whore. A woman who sleeps with many men. That's the origin of the word. The origin of its meaning. No matter how you try to doctor it up or make it mean something else, that's what the word means. So there's nothing honorable about being called a queen. All right, and our people need to remember we broke it down. Gwen was actually the righteous word. Because what does the word Gwen mean? It meant woman. But one of the most important meanings of the word Gwen, it meant wife of a god. And the scripture says, ye are gods, but ye will die like men. But pretty soon the men of Israel are going to be gods again. God-like powers here on earth. Those giants that they were. And not giants meaning actual giants, but they were powerful and great men. Unlike other men, above other men. That's why they were referred to as giants back in Genesis. Right? The next scripture is Jeremiah 31 and 22. Let's get it. All right. And it reads, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? That word backsliding is from the Hebrew H7728, and it's shawababa. Yeah, shawababa, and it means backsliding, heathenish. Because having a king and a queen was actually heathenish ways. But the Lord did authorize a king. Okay, when he had Saul to choose, Samuel to choose Saul, and then later on King David, and then the whole succession of kings came after David, all the way up to the one we just read about. Okay, and it says, I read it again. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. Well, a woman shall compass a man, and that was punishment. Anytime a woman was in a leadership position over Israel was punishment to the sons of Israel for going off for being wicked. Point blank period. As it is punishment now. And that word compass is sababa from the Hebrew H5437, and it means to lead. All right, so it was an abominable thing and a shameful thing, all right, brought to that confusion for a woman to lead a man, because that's not the natural order that the Lord set up. He told you, he gave you that order. You know, when he said that the Most High, the Hamashiach, the man, then the woman. The Lord gave you, Yahweh gave the holy order of things. All right, so remember that word queen goes queen QUEEN goes back to the word queen originally, QUEAN. QUEAN, queen, which meant whore. It means whore. All right? Because a wife is a helpmate. She's not supposed to be a whore, man. right? And the wife is a servant, which is actually what woman means. And is she a servant to everyone? Hell no. She's a servant to her husband. First to her father, and when she comes of age, he then gives her away to a man and she becomes a servant to her husband, to her righteous husband. And that's what makes a woman a righteous wife. As Sarah even called Abraham Lord. But, 99% of the women out there, all right, will not do that, including women who believe. And that's okay because the Bible said so. It said that in the day of our power, thy people will be willing. So our women, our men, Israel, they're not going to adhere to the law, statutes, and commandments outside of those who are rehearsing the righteous acts until the day of the Lord, to the day of the power of the men of Israel. When the men who are chosen to get that power, everybody's gonna fall in line. All right. So with that, just want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Shem Abishai. Wa Abba Ball.